Hey everybody, my name is Kim Anderson. Welcome to my YouTube channel and to your practice. I'm really happy that you made your way here and that you're ready to move a bit. I'm excited about today's flow. It's a short but sweet, energizing wake-up flow. So if you have just recently woken up, then this is a great one for you. It certainly is not limited to the morning. So there are those of us who also get a bit of an afternoon slump happening sometimes. So if you feel like you have hit a wall during your day and you need a bit of a pick-me-up that can fit in easily into your schedule, then this is the class for you. Look no further. So get some comfy clothes on and I will see you on the mat. I hope you enjoy it. So go ahead and come into a comfortable seated position, and remember that you can sit yourself up on a block or a pillow if you find that more comfortable. And with your hands resting lightly on your knees, just a light caress, no clenching on, let your spine lengthen and allow your eyes to drop closed. Try to soften your face and begin to breathe deeply in and out through your nose. Feel your shoulders drop down. And as your attention is focused on your breathing, just allow yourself to be comfortable, sitting here only focusing on this present moment and trying to tune in to anything that your body might be telling you. And we're trying to distance ourselves from external distractions. And now, external distractions are always going to be there. And that could be in the form of someone else right now in your home that's in another room, and you can hear some soft noises that are a reminder that they're there and could perhaps take your focus away from yourself and from this moment. Or it could even be your own thoughts, thinking about things that you did, things that you need to do. And that again will distract you and take you away from the present. So we don't need to demand that the distractions disappear, because it's most likely that they're not going to. But as we focus more and more on our breath and on the sensations in our body, it's as though the volume on those external distractions gets lowered. So all of those things become background noise, just as you might have a TV or a radio on, but you keep the volume down, and that way you're able to concentrate on the task at hand. So try to turn that volume up inside of yourself and allow the volume of everything else to drop. We're going to take 3 deep cleansing breaths, which is a deep inhale into your nose and an exhale out of your mouth. We'll do 3 in a row to try and help to settle us into this moment. So after your next exhale with all of the air out, take a deep inhale into your nose. Feel the expansion of your chest, behind your heart, behind your rib cage. And out of your mouth, exhale everything out. Breathing in again through your nose, inhaling. And out through the mouth. And one more time, inhaling in. And exhaling everything out. and gently closing your mouth and opening your eyes. Begin to feeling your bum ground down into the mat. Raise your hands up to the sky. Get a good little stretch into your spine, raising your fingertips up to the sky. And on an exhale, activate your legs, pushing into the sides of your feet down into the mat. Bring your hands forward. So you don't want your bum to lift up off the mat. So try to keep it pressing down. But walking your hands forward and just allowing a little bit of a curve in your spine. And then from here, walk your hands toward the right. So keeping your hands the width of your shoulders, spreading your fingers wide, and start to feel that elongation in your left side body. So opening up a bit of space between your ribs. Keep deep breathing in and out through your nose. Gently walk to the center and continue over to the left, going to the other side, pushing into the ground and allowing your right side body to lengthen and open. Keeping your face soft. And now inhaling, walking all the way over to the right, placing your right hand directly to the right of your side body and elongating your left arm to the back of the mat and then rotating your chest so it's facing up toward the sky and continuing to reach with your left fingers over and toward the right. And then bring your hands back down. We're going to walk our way over, this time to the left. So the left hand goes directly to the outside of your left leg and lengthen your right arm to the left and rotate your chest so you can look up toward the sky or the ceiling. We're going to go one more time on both sides. So crossing your way over, coming back to the right. Left hand lifts up and is reaching. Allow this to just feel good, this opening in your body. And then coming back down, walking over to the left. And then, just like the morning when you're stretching as soon as you've woken up, and it feels so good. And then come back to the center. Lifting your hands up. From here, you're going to roll over onto hands and knees, and we're gently going to make our way up onto our feet. Bring your feet wide. So from here, we're going to bring our heels in and our toes out. And more or less, we're trying to be on one single line here, but for stability, you can have your heels a little bit back and your toes slightly forward, so it's kind of a 45-degree more than a straight line. And from here, you're going to come up, bring your hands for a moment onto your thighs, and note that your knees and your toes are pointing in the same direction. Start to grow your head nice and tall, shoulders drop back, and you're going to keep your core really engaged here. So you're pulling pubic bone towards sternum. You're keeping everything nice and tight in the center. Feel your bum dropping down, lifting your arms up on an inhale, and then on an exhale, pull down like you're pulling an elastic rope or elastic band from the ceiling down, and it's really tough. So your arms are super strong. Start to squeeze in between your scapula, open up your hands, try to spread your fingers wide, and relax your face for one more breath. And then inhale, come up to standing, turn your feet parallel, and fold forward. Inhale, lift yourself halfway up. Here, your feet are parallel. You're pushing your bum back, your head forward. And then on an exhale, walk your hands to the top of the mat and turn both of your feet to the top of the mat. Sink down onto your right knee. Your left knee is directly above your left ankle, and come into low lunge. Inhaling, sweeping your hands up to the sky. Also here, noting your core remains super engaged. And try not to scrunch your shoulders up too close to your ears. Give your ears and your neck a little bit of space. On an exhale, begin to bring your right hand to the mat, left hand making its way up to the ceiling, and rotate to look up at it. Lift your right knee, and then pretend that you're trying to bring your feet together. So you're dragging your left foot back, your right toes forward. They don't actually move, but they're super activated. And then on an exhale, lengthen your left hand forward, elongate, and bring your left hand down to the mat. From here, turn your right foot parallel to the back of the mat, and then turn your left foot parallel. So both feet are again parallel. Both of your hands are in line with your left foot, or even a little bit beyond. Hands are the distance, the width of your shoulders. And again, like we did in the beginning, inhale, and then exhale. Feel that lengthening in your right side body as you push your ribs outward. And you feel that contraction in your left side body. Push firmly into the outside of your feet. And then inhale, come to the center with your hands, and exhale, walk yourself over to the right. Hands aligned with your right foot, pushing your tailbone back, and on an inhale, elongate. It's like you're trying to pull your heart toward your fingers, and then exhale, start to open up your left side body. Relaxing your jaw. Inhale, come up, and then exhale, hands walk to the back of the mat, turn your toes to the back of the mat, and sink down onto your left knee. Inhale, sweep your hands up, low lunge. Opening up your heart, gazing up toward the sky, really strong in your legs. And then exhale, bring your left hand down below your left shoulder. Right hand goes up toward the sky and lift your left knee. Try to drag your feet toward each other. You're magnetizing them toward each other. They don't move, but they want to. And then on an exhale, elongate your right hand over you toward the back of the mat. Bring your hand down. Parallel both feet as you walk to the center. Once we're here in the center, inhale, lift yourself up halfway. Keep a soft bend in your knees here and really push into the outside side of your feet. And exhale, let yourself fold forward. And if you'd like, you can interlace your hands and let your shoulders open a bit, letting your arms drop over you. If you feel more comfortable keeping your hands on the ground because you feel more stable, then please do that. Feel the length in your spine as the crown of your head is making its way toward the mat. And no clenching of the jaw. Keep your face soft, soft and sweet. And then release your hands. Bring your hands down to the ground. Inhale, lift up halfway. So when you lift up halfway, the crown of your head is pushing forward, your tailbone's pushing back. And then on an exhale again, you're gonna push into your toes, lift your heels, and turn them inward. So again, we're aligning our feet and coming up. So staying bent into your legs. This time, open up your arms in a T with the palms facing up. Get some length in your spine, give some space to your neck. Inhale, and then on an exhale, bring your right forearm to your right thigh. And try to not put too much weight on your forearm. And then lengthen your left hand above you and to the right. So again, this rotation of the chest facing upward toward the ceiling, moving in that direction. You might feel some shakiness in your legs or a little bit of a burning sensation. Just breathe into it. Inhale, come back to center, palms facing up. Try to sink down a little bit. And exhale, left forearm onto left thigh. Right hand makes its way to the left and slightly rotating to look up toward the sky. Inhale, come back to center, really feeling your core when you do this. And then exhale, straighten your legs, which is the only thing we feel like doing right now. Bring your hands onto your sides and inhale. Begin to, with your hands right on your waist, bring your elbows behind you like they're trying to meet behind you. And you're gonna feel this pushes your heart a little bit more forward. Keep your belly button engaged, your core engaged by pulling it in. Look up to the sky, lifting your heart as high up as you can, soft bend in your knees. And then on an exhale, fold forward. Bring your hands to the mat. Inhale, lift yourself up halfway. And then exhale, walk your hands to the top of the mat and step your right foot forward. So your feet are parallel and your hands are on the mat below your shoulders. Bending into your knees a little bit. Inhale, lifting halfway. Push the crown of your head forward, tailbone back. Exhale, lift your left leg, lengthen it toward the back of the mat, and then gently place your left toes down at the back of the mat. Come on to your left knee softly, inhaling to come up into low lunge. On an exhale, begin to place your left hand on the mat below your left shoulder like we did before. Lift your left knee, but then from here, rotate so all of your toes are now facing toward the right, and you're on the right side of your right foot and the left side of your left foot. Bend both of your knees here, and when you do that, it's going to get a little more intense. Try to, again, pretend that you're trying to drag your feet closer to each other. So it's almost like you're trying to close your feet together, magnetizing toward each other, and that's going to go more deeply into your outer right hip. Keep breathing, keep your face soft. If you have the space and you'd like to start to lower a little bit, then you can lower your left hip. And then glance back down toward the ground, bring your right hand down, rotate your toes forward, and step your left foot up to the top of the mat. Inhale, lifting yourself up halfway. And exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lifting yourself up halfway, lengthening your spine. And on an exhale, lengthening your right leg to the back of the mat, placing your right foot and sinking down onto knee. Lifting your hands up into low lunge, nice fluid movements with your breath. Exhale, bringing your right hand down, lifting your right knee, and then beginning to rotate all of your toes toward the left, and you can walk your left foot more toward the middle of the mat. So just see how much space you have, and keeping your feet flexed here, pushing into the outside of your feet. Try to bend both of your knees slightly, pull your left hip back, and try to activate your feet like you're trying to drag them closer together. If you have space and you want to start to lower your right hip, then you can do that. Keep a soft bend in your right elbow. And then coming back forward with your left hand and bringing both feet to the top of the mat. Kind of shake it out if anything bubbled up, especially when we poke and prod into the hip area. We carry a lot of tension there. Take a nice deep inhale as you lift halfway, and then out of your mouth, exhale as you fold forward. From here, bring your feet together and squat down. So you're trying to close your legs really tightly in together, lifting your heels up so your bum is coming close to your heels, and beginning to slowly lift your hands up. Let the shakes be there as you find your stability, you find your balance. Keep your core engaged. And you might play around here with trying to close your eyes. Breathe into it and see what happens. Everything starts to get a little bit crazy because you've lost your point of reference, your visual point of reference. Try to find it within you. Open your eyes again, bring your hands to the mat, and bring your knees softly down to the mat. Gently lift yourself up again. So going into our feet, giving our feet a little bit of love. Try to breathe into this. This is not something that you can call relaxing by any means. This is actually pretty intense. We don't often pay much attention to our feet, or certainly we don't stretch them a lot. So just breathe into it. Try to keep everything soft. When the thoughts start to pop into your head about this is intense, just try to lower that volume. Focus on your breathing. Gently bring your hands forward. Release your toes. Much better. And lengthen your feet. Bring your knees hips distance apart. And come to stand on your knees. Now again, we're going to work on engaging our core. So pretend that you've got like a rope going from your pubic bone up to your sternum, and it's getting drawn tighter and tighter and tighter. But instead of hunching forward, we're going to keep this engaged, but we're going to continue to lengthen the crown of our head up toward the ceiling. So this is already super, super duper active. Arms by your side. Just breathe here for a couple of breaths and try to relax your jaw. Then begin to bring your hands to your waist. So wrapping your fingers around your waist. And then from here, again, pubic bone towards sternum. Now try to lengthen the space underneath your hands. So you're trying to grow taller as you're maintaining this engagement in your front body. Now you can softly begin to walk your hands with your fingers pointing up or your fingers pointing down, whatever works for you. Fingers pointing up is perhaps going to give you a little bit more of an opening in your chest, but it's got to be comfortable and you've got to feel safe. Try to draw your elbows a little bit closer together, maintaining that core engaged. Think about lifting your heart up toward the sky. And try to unclench your glutes because they tend to be clenched. Try to soften them a little bit, but maintain strong legs, strong core as you begin to push your heart up. So we're not going back. We're pushing our heart up. And then softly into your hands, begin to push your hips forward, your whole pelvis forward. If it's comfortable, you can start to look up in the direction that your heart is now pointing. Relax your jaw. No compression in your lower back. Keep lifting your heart up, drawing your elbows closer together. On your next inhale, come back up. And on an exhale, bring your bum down, sitting on top of your heels. And then walk your hands forward, coming into child's pose. Let your forehead rest on the mat. Feel your heartbeat that may have increased in speed from your efforts. And allow that to smooth out together with your slow and steady breathing. And keeping your eyes closed, begin to lift your head, walk your hands back toward your knees, and then gently roll your hip down to come into a seated cross-legged position, just like we did in the beginning. And again, if you would like to take a block or a pillow and place yourself on that, that's fine. Hands relaxed and gently resting on your knees, lengthening your spine. So feel any feedback any sensations that your body is passing on to you. With a smooth and steady breath, smooth and steady mind. And gently bring one hand to your heart, one hand onto your belly. Give yourself a little rub. Feel your shoulders relax, your face nice and soft. And we're going to do 3 more cleansing breaths, just like we did at the beginning of the practice. So inhaling into your nose and exhaling out of your mouth. Inhale deeply into your nose. And out of your mouth, exhale. Again, inhaling, feeling that expansion below your hands as your chest opens, your belly opens. Inhaling into your nose, filling up your body as much as possible, more than you did the other times. And then anything you've got left that you don't need, exhale it out. And then allow your eyes to open up and thank yourself for taking a little bit of time to practice and get some movement into your body. And I hope you will be ready to get back into your day, a little bit more energized, a little bit more spacious. And I thank you so much for practicing with me. I'll see you next time.